This school year, classrooms in some states are becoming battlegrounds, not just over what's being taught, but also over what's being left out.
USA Today looked at 3 states where the debate is particularly heated: Texas, South Carolina, and Oklahoma. Oklahoma will soon require high school students to identify discrepancies in the 2020 federal election results, a narrative that has been repeatedly disproven in the courts.
They're going to get a patriotic education. It's going to be focused on American exceptionalism, and our parents are very excited about that.
Oklahoma State Representative Gabe Woolley said he supported the new standards. There's no reason to omit these significant moments in our state and nation's history.
It's not framed as let's just discuss all of the conversation, about the 2020 election. These are things that have been proven false, have been struck down in dozens and dozens of courts from, the lowest to the highest.
The fact that you're not going to use critical thinking skills, that they're going to take that away from you, and they're going to tell you exactly what you're going to think. So my child is going to have to decide, do I put the answer that's needed for the test so that I can pass this U.S. history exam as a requirement for graduation, or do I go with what I know?
What we tell kids is, here's what happened. You form your own analysis of that event.
Also in the curriculum, identify the source of the COVID-19 pandemic from a Chinese lab. Scientists have not found conclusive evidence for that claim. Oklahoma ranked 50th in the nation for education quality by WalletHub in 2025. The U.S. News and World Report ranked the state's education system 48th.
After generations and years, if we let this stuff slide, then we just add a little bit more onto it, and we add a little bit more onto it, and it compounds. And then eventually you can almost have your own version of history. It's revisionist.
In South Carolina, it's not about what's being added to classrooms so much as what's being taken away.
We're seeing some of these challenges to curriculum and to the books that can exist in a school library or public library. The books that are banned or removed from classrooms and libraries often talk about the stories and lived experiences of the most marginalized students in our school districts. One parent in our state from Beaufort County has presented the vast majority of books that have been removed.
That parent is Ivy Salai. She did not want to go on camera, but said in a written response, "The books I've submitted for review were chosen solely because of sexually explicit content I believe is not age-appropriate for minors, regardless of the race, sexual orientation, or identity of the characters or authors. I fully support diverse stories being available in schools, as long as they meet the same standard of age appropriateness." 22 of the 96 books Salai submitted have been removed from or restricted in public schools. In Texas, a new bill calls for a 16 by 20 poster of the 10 Commandments in public school classrooms. Supporters say it promotes moral values.
Whether or not a person is religious, it is undeniable that concepts like prohibitions against theft and murder and honoring your father and your mother, or even the idea of a moral law that is above human authority, all those things have shaped the foundations of many types of legal codes, but especially those in the United States.
A lawsuit against the state argued the new rule violates the First Amendment separation of church and state. The bill has been halted in some districts as a result.
Teachers are afraid to teach about the Holocaust, about civil rights challenges, and they're telling us to hang the 10 Commandments in their classrooms because apparently that's going to fix everything. But I grew up absolutely knowing the Holocaust happened, absolutely knowing how Hitler rose to power, how he was elected by people, how the majority of those who elected him were Christians. And now they're getting called out on things like that.
Don't be afraid to talk about the truth and what the truth really is of our history and our nation.
This year, the majority of teachers in Texas are also uncertified. Research shows certified and experienced teachers mean better student achievement. The Texas Education Agency did not respond to requests for comment.
It is the school's job to teach you about our history, our struggles, the mistakes we've made as a nation, and how to correct them so that we become a stronger nation.